Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for Italy versus Switzerland. We are in Group B one more time for today. And if we go straight to the league table, we will see... sorry, it's Group A, isn't it? Excuse me. We will see the Welsh at the top. Look at that. Wales beating the Turks earlier on today. 2-0. Great performance from the Welsh. And they are top of the group as things stand. But the Italians will be favourites to beat the Swiss tonight. And if they do, things are actually looking very, very good for the Welsh in that regard. The result they want is an Italian win. For sure, you can bet your bottom dollar on that. We will get into more of that. We'll go through the teams in just a second. Let me know you can see me, hear me loudly, clearly, all of that good stuff. And we will go through the teams imminently. Let me know if you are in the chat. Give us a hello. We're going to be here for the next couple of hours. Please drive the stream as well. Get your comments in, share your knowledge, drive the debate. I will read the best ones out, of course. Please hit like on the stream. Hit the thumbs up button, whichever platform. Cheers. Whichever platform you are watching on, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, or like most of our followers here on YouTube, and YouTube is going great. Please hit subscribe if you are watching on YouTube. Let's give you a live subscriber count, as I have been doing through this tournament. Brilliant. 17,327 is the live subscriber count, which is fantastic. Thank you to each and every one of you. And if you're watching for the first time, please hit that subscribe button and help our little community here grow. Right. Shall we get into the teams for this one? Italy running right in their first game, winning 3-0 over the Turks, who look like they're pretty well done, aren't they? If Italy draw tonight, then Turkey can only finish in third place maximum. So, and they have a -4 goal difference as well. So it does look like this group is now between three teams with 2 defeats for the Turks thus far. Anyway, it's not about the Turks tonight, is it? It's about the Italians and the Swiss. Let's make that a little bit bigger. And I think, other than Di Lorenzo, who did not start at right back the other night, I think that's 10 out of the 11 starters that beat Turkey 3-0 on... When was the first game? Friday night. God, we've watched so much football. So Donnarumma in goal, Di Lorenzo, Bonucci and Chiellini, the erstwhile rugged centre-half partnership for the Italians. Spinazzola caught the eye. Turkey did play into his hands, didn't they? Giving him the entire left flank of the pitch to get up and down. Jorginho, who we're familiar with, us English fans, is the anchor in midfielder with Locatelli and Barella. Number 9, Ciro Immobile, is already on the scoring charts. Berardi was involved in both the goals, or 2 of the goals, I think. And Insigne also scored. A good creative player wearing number 10. Busy little nuisance of a player, you'd have to say, Insigne. Let's have a look at the bench. Obviously, Roberto Mancini is the manager. Mere, Sirigu, Acerbi, Bastoni, Palmieri, Toloi, Chiesa, Cristante, Bellotti, Bernardeschi, Pessina, Raspadori, and that was it. Florenzi was the starting right back in the first game. So that is the only change made by the Italians. Let me know your ones to watch for the Italians and who you're looking forward to seeing as we talk about the Swiss, who we saw draw with the Welsh on Saturday. And the Welsh have then gone and taken 3 points off the Turks. That's what the Swiss will be hoping to do if they can't get anything out of this one today. We think 4 points to qualify, but all remains to be seen, doesn't it? Sommer in goal for the Swiss. Elvedi, Shah, Kanji, and Babu and Rodriguez, the wing-backs, quite useful. Fruller, Xhaka, Shaqiri, Seferovic, and the star man in the game against the Welsh was Embolo. He got on the score sheet, but on top of that was a good performance by Embolo, running and terrorising the defence, coming deep. Looked a really good player, Breel Mbomo. The manager is Vladimir Petkovic. Here's the bench: Kobel, Mvogo, Benito, Comet, Vidma, Fasnacht, Mehmedi, Sal, Vargas, Zuba, Zakaria, and Gavranovic, who came on and had a goal disallowed for offside against the Welsh. So, state of play: if the Italians draw, they will go above the Welsh. If they win, they will go to 6 points and they will be through, won't they? Let me just check my table one more time. I don't want to say anything that's going to be wrong. So, yes, 6, 4. Yeah, so neither the Swiss or the Turks would be able to catch the Italians. So the Italians could tonight be the first team to qualify for the knockout phases. First place in Group A will play second place in Group C. So it's up for grabs for the Italians tonight. Let's have a look at some comments in the chat here. Leeds 2021, welcome. Bad Nasher, looking forward to this one. Rebel, do not scratch your eyes podcast. All right, lads. We did some Watford stuff earlier, dearly departed show, but go and check out those boys. Do not scratch your eyes. Might remind you of a famous goal by Troy Deeney. Welcome along, Helen, Andy, Purple Bungalow, still buoyant about that Welsh win. That's a great performance by the Welsh, wasn't it? Napper's mum is here, sensational. Helen, was Turkey Wales good? The Welsh were excellent. It was a really top performance by the Welsh. Remember earlier today, which we have not mentioned, Finland 0, Russia 1 as well. Come on, Switzerland, says Purple Bungalow. Hello to Peanuts. Wales have a decent chance of finishing second in the group now. They very, very much do. And they're going to hope for a favour from the Italians in that regard, aren't they? It's the battle of my mother's roots tonight, half Swiss, half Italian. Berardi, I'm looking forward to seeing a right winger who had a good game. Didn't he? I'm in a mood to start learning a new language. Crikey. You're talking to a dumb Englishman who can only speak one, so I'm probably not helpful for that one. Where should I aim to look? You guys. Spanish, maybe? I don't know. You probably already speak it, don't you? What else are we saying in the chat here? A walk in the park, says Sean, for Italy. Thanks for breakdown on Dessert. Yeah, it's good fun, that, Azzy. If there's any topics that you think we need to cover, maybe Scott Parker, we can do so at half-time. Let me know during the game, and we do a bit of Q&A at half-time, and hopefully I can clip something out. Always fun. Right, predictions in, guys. Please get your predictions in for this one. The Italians, obviously, hot favourites. Charlie says 3-0 Italy for this one. Let's get your predictions in as well. I'll just do a couple of plugs while they come in. You can support via Super Chat or Super Stickers. Just think of it like I'm your waiter. And if you like the meal we serve up, give me a little tip. That's what you can do via Super Chat. And Roberto Mancini there singing just reminded me of Cliff Richard. I don't know why. We got a new URL for the merch store, www.benjaminbloommerch, 2 M's like that, .store. I'll read it again because I interrupted myself, idiot. www. 3 W's, I think it said 4. BenjaminBloom.merch.store. There's the great Gianluca Vialli on the bench as well. What a striker he was. T-shirts, hoodies, phone cases, etc., etc. And also social media at Benjamin Bloom on Twitter and Instagram. Go and give us a follow over there. The Italians getting hyped up. Look at that. Go on, Chiellini. Look at that passion singing the anthem. Brilliant stuff from the Italians there over in Rome. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's Italy versus Switzerland. We should have some more predictions here. 2-0 to Italy. Berardi and Immobile. There we go. We're getting some goal scorers in here as well. 2-0 Italy, 3-0 Italy, 2-1 Italy. Immobile hat-trick. Someone needs to get it. Is there going to be one in the tournament? Are we going to get a hat-trick hero? 2-2 from Anil, 1-1 from Dave, 1-1 from Helen. Michael thinks we're going to see a 5-0. Go and get some money on that. You'll clean up for sure. Come on, let's go. Italia. The Italians looked impressive in the first game. We're just not 100% sure on the context how good the Italians were and how bad the Turks were. But we'll find out more tonight. Certainly, you would expect the Italians to be favourites to beat the Swiss. Chiellini still defending like a beast at 36, singing a national anthem like a beast as well. Love it. 2-1 Switzerland. What I want to happen, says Plucky. Make sure you hit like in the stream whilst we are here. And we are not long away from kicking off here. We'll go back over the teams in just a second. You just make a few more notes before we start. There is Xherdan Shaqiri of Liverpool. Remember Granit Xhaka of Arsenal, though he may not be there much longer. Some familiar faces on the pitch. Jorginho from Chelsea as well. In the Italian lineup, there is the referee. Everyone's been enjoying the refereeing performances and application of VAR. That is Sergei Karasev of Russia is the referee tonight. And we are just about set to go. There's Manuel Akanji, the Borussia Dortmund centre-back. Good player. Very, very good centre-half. You can often tell by the team they're playing for as well. Keep an eye on Barella of Inter. Quality midfielder as well. Thumbed up. Nice. Right, I think we are good to go. The Russian referee checks his watch. And we are off. And the Italians have the chance to become the first team to make the knockout phases tonight. It is Italy versus Switzerland in Rome. The Italians, the favourites. But let's see what the Swiss have got. I tell you what they've got immediately is a free kick. And Babu was fouled. Little hand in the back there. And Mbabu, the right back, or the right wing back of Wolfsburg, wins his side a free kick. And I think Shaqiri is going to stick this in the penalty box. In it comes. Easily headed clear by the Italians. Launched back in. Shaqiri does quite well. Strong play by Xherdan Shaqiri. Knocks into midfield and Fruller. And Xhaka. Did Xhaka have bright blonde hair last time I saw him? Or is that new? I can't think. Akanji has it at centre-back. A couple of good defenders. Akanji and Elvedi both play in Germany. One for Dortmund, one for Mönchengladbach. Xhaka tries to cross in with the left foot. And it is out and thrown in quickly by the Swiss. It's been all Switzerland so far. I'm sure that may change. Xhaka's got it in a deep midfield position. And here is Akanji. Tries to feed it into Shaqiri, and the Italians turn it over. And now here come the Italians on the break down the right-hand side with Berardi. Berardi comes in on the left foot. Good tackle by Granit Xhaka. And the Swiss have got it clear. Just on, we've been playing Atalanta Watch during this tournament. We have a Frilla, the Swiss midfielder, plays for Atalanta. They seem to have a player in every squad. Atalanta. Chiellini gets that one clear and nearly takes his opponent's head off. Let me know if you want a timestamp at any point, and we will service you with one. How many Atalanta players? It's actually none in the Italian first 11, but we do have one for the Swiss. And there's one in the channel. Out it goes. It's going to be a goal kick to the Italians. Looking forward to seeing Brill Embolo again. Another Borussia Mönchengladbach player. He was excellent in the game against Wales, wasn't he? So 1, 2, 3 Mönchengladbach players in the starting 11. Sommer, Elvedi and Embolo. We'll see if he can get himself into the game. Speaking of getting into the game, the Italians haven't really got into the game yet, which is somewhat surprising. Right, we'll give you a timestamp at 4 minutes. I'm at about 3.5 on the clock. Let me just check. I'm all running. There we go. Fed in low, looking for Embolo, cleared away. It could be an interesting game. Italians look really fired up at the national anthem. That was tremendous, wasn't it? Really great stuff. Xhaka. It's, of course, possible to be too fired up, isn't it? You want to be emotional, but in control of those emotions at the same time, for sure. I haven't even set the score to 0-0. Silly me. There we go. Italy 0, Switzerland 0. 4:17 on the clock. Immobile has been fouled. They thought about taking the free kick early there. The Italians, don't think it was taken from the right place. And we are going to continue. Chiellini, Jorginho. Switched out right to Elvedi. Elvedi up the line. Sorry, wrong team. Bonucci. Got my piece of paper upside down. My bad. Bonucci. Di Lorenzo played round the corner from Immobile. Here is Barella. Over on the right, knocks it inside. The Italians getting some possession for the first time. Locatelli out to Barella again. Locatelli. Little one round the corner. And in off the line now comes Berardi. Well worked. Insigne. Little scoop over the top. Can they head it in towards Immobile? No. Couldn't quite work it, but nice build-up from the Italians for sure there. Lovely little scoop pass by Insigne. A very imaginative player. Insigne of Napoli. Down in the south. That one's played through, and we're miles offside Immobile. But remember, that flag does not go up until the phase of play is over. Stephen's got Insigne in his dream team. They like little imaginative players at Napoli, don't they? Here is Seferovic in a test of strength with Chiellini, which nobody wins. And the Italians. It's knocked back into centre half. Oh, am I getting the hashtags wrong again? Let me click edit. Go on. Nightmare with these hashtags. Most of them are just the first 3 letters, but a couple of them aren't. There we go. Thanks for letting me know. See if it lets me change it midstream. Save changes. Clipped over the top for Shaqiri to chase, but way too much on that one. Just the feeling out process. In fact, I said it was way too much on it, but it had already gone out of play with Rodriguez in the first instance. There we go. Hopefully, hashtags all present and correct. Should probably change the Twitter one as well, shouldn't I? Sorry about this, guys. I wrote some of them on the board up there because I was struggling to remember all the hashtags. Here comes Spinazzola, who impressed in the first game, didn't he? And Bolo tracking him. And they've won the ball back. Oh, now Berardi nearly gets in. Insigne picks it up. Insigne, Locatelli, Barella, Di Lorenzo coming forward. Italian's looking dangerous. Crossed in for Immobile. Insigne, edge of the box, recycles on the right foot. Insigne knocks it across to Barella. And they're going to go back into centre-back and try and stretch the pitch out a little bit and start over. Insigne. Barella into Jorginho. You know you're high up the pitch when he's within 40 yards of goal. Jorginho loves to just sit back and let the game take place in front of him. Hi, Ben. When I'm watching in the match, always wonder which club a players play for. So do I, Michael. And if I had anything to go by, look, I have them written underneath the name of each player as well. So I agree with you. I want to know. Here come the Italians. Berardi driving forward, looking for Immobile there inside the box. And here come the Swiss on the counter. Imbolo into the channel. The danger man, Imbolo against Chiellini. Imbolo tries to come inside. It's knocked back. Took a little nick, and the Italians are going to pick it up all of a sudden and move in the other direction. Spinazzola, touch. Nice little ball around the corner. Insigne. Spinazzola back to Insigne. Good work by the two. I'm sure Jose Mourinho is looking forward to working with Spinazzola of Roma when he arrives, and he's done well against Spinazzola. What a good left back. He is great cross into the middle. Big chance. First really good chance of the game. Immobile, pretty much a free header in the middle of the goal. He should do better. Spinazzola's had a really good tournament in the 100 minutes he's played so far. Look at that. Lovely cross. Immobile jumps too early, doesn't he? Probably should score there. Immobile. Yeah, they've really given Embolo the treatment so far. I'm not going to give him a second on the ball for sure. Xhaka linked with Roma. Yeah, the most Mourinho player possible, right? Here comes Rodriguez down the left for the Swiss. Comes back into centre-back, Akanji. And Shah of Newcastle, who I don't think I've mentioned yet, have I? Elvedi up the line to Mbabu. Frella into Elvedi, and Xhaka goes home. Good, strong team shape from the Italians. And that's a horrible ball out by Sommer, the keeper. Barella onto it. Here's Berardi trying to play it back into Barella.
Sorry, I don't have an answer for that.
Oh, don't you now? Here is Insigne. Insigne, inside, outside, down he goes. Referee not interested in that. We haven't seen any dodgy penalties yet in this tournament, have we? Touch wood. Spinazzola does really well again. Dinks it to the back post. He looks so dangerous, the left back. Spinazzola, doesn't he? The Italian's really on top here. Driven in low, deflected. Looked like it might fall for Immobile on the back stick. And the Italian's looking good here. They're well on top. Here is Insigne, edge of the box again. Immobile, back to Insigne. Spinazzola. Spinazzola, edge of the box. Insigne. Spinazzola overlaps. Tries to stay on side, so it's not in. Chiellini. Oh, literally attack versus defence here, but they're patient to a fault. And Chiellini out to Spinazzola, crossing position. Spinazzola versus Mbabu. Can he get by him? He can't, and I think that's going to be a goal kick. Insigne, not happy with how that one played out. Or was it the penalty shout? Let's have a look. He's looking for it, isn't he? For a timestamp, we'll be at 13 minutes right now. Let me know if you want more warning for that, if you want to sync up with me. Watching on ITV, if you're on a smart TV or ITV hub, you may well be behind me, may well be ahead of me as well if you're watching on TV. So you might need to either pause me or pause the TV if you want to line up and really enjoy the watch along. Tonight, Italy 0, Switzerland 0. Down the line it goes into the defensive area, right back position. Elvedi was there. And Babu, lovely sliding tackle there by Barella. These Italians do look hyped up today, don't they? Barella seems to think he should have got the throw in. He might be right, actually. Not that we could see the line in the super slow motion. Italy really testing the Swiss defenders, says Helen. Agreed. Or does that say teasing? Teasing. Elvedi. Xhaka. The one big chance of the game has fallen to Ciro Immobile. Free header, really, from Spinazzola's cross. I suspect if you got most people to pick a team of the tournament so far, Spinazzola would probably be the left back, wouldn't he? Foul by Shaqiri, Italian restart. Locatelli. Locatelli give and go with Insigne. Chiellini to Bonucci. Check the numbers real quick. See what the possession and whatnot is so far. It's 51-49, but that one big chance, 2 shots to nil, and a big chance already for the Italians. Let me know how you think it's panning out first 15 minutes of this one. Bonucci. Oh, Insigne, nice ball around the corner. He's got it back. He's tried to feed it through. Insigne again. He's such a dangerous player, Insigne. He's going to pick it up in the little pocket, edge of the box, constantly trying to dribble, thread it through. Good player, Insigne. Petkovic says, get tighter to him. Mancini just tweaking. Took Italy 10 minutes to warm up. They're warmed up now, aren't they? Barella heads down to Di Lorenzo, and it's going to be cleared long by Donnarumma, the Milan keeper. Locatelli. Here's Insigne again. Found the pocket. Insigne, great tackle by Xhaka, who started the game well. Also, keep your eye on that. Xhaka versus Insigne. If I'm managing Switzerland, I'm telling Xhaka, don't let him out of your sight. Get tight. Let him know you're there. Make some tackles. Make a couple of fouls if you have to. Speaking of fouls, I think Shaqiri just got taken down. Oh, no, we're seeing the slide tackle by Xhaka, which was excellently executed. And Bolo comes deep, tries one of his meandering runs. He concedes a foul, though. Locatelli, Insigne on the ball again. Locatelli, Spinazzola. Some real key players that we already know in this Italian team, aren't they? Insigne. Jorginho. Oh, nice back heel by Locatelli. Immobile, although he's outside the box, he's going to make the run back in now. Berardi looping across to the far post, looking for Spinazzola and Babu. And Spinazzola's giving Mbabu a really hard time, isn't he? And there is the great Francesco Totti. Don't know if he's just there as an observer, the King of Rome. Or he's on the staff. What a player. You'd have him in your team, wouldn't you? Corner to the Italians. Insigne's going to take it from the left-hand side, right-footed. In comes the cross. Chiellini! And the old stager has scored. He was hyped up during the national anthem. He's even more hyped up now. Giorgio Chiellini. He goes in for the corner, wins the header. It bounces down. Time stands still. Chiellini, middle of the goal, just rams it home with the left foot. Italy 1, Switzerland 0. Giorgio Chiellini, the goal scorer. He sang the national anthem like he was going to be scoring today, didn't he? And he's on the score sheet. Just all determination. That's all his game is, isn't he? Obviously, very talented player, but look at that. Really wanted to win that ball. I think Akanji and Granit Xhaka get in one another's way. And Chiellini just gets as good a contact as he can and rams home the opening goal in this one. But they are checking. VAR is having a look at that goal. I suppose they have to check all of the goals. If there is something wrong with it, I didn't see it. Chiellini doesn't think there's anything wrong with it. He wouldn't. He scored it. I wish the players wouldn't get in the referee's ear. All he can do is listen to what he's being told. Oh, the goal has been disallowed. Handball. Interesting. So this could be one of those examples of if the ball hits the hand and you score straight from it, doesn't matter whether it's deliberate or not. Let's have a look. Odd. I mean, there's three players together. They're all combining. It hits his arm, but I think that's harsh. There we go. The goal is chalked off for Giorgio Chiellini. The Italians do not lead. By the letter of the law, the officials have that right because I think we can even bring it up. I'm sure I've got it up here. Except for the offences above, look at the bottom bullet points. Now, where is it when they immediately score a goal? I can't even see it. Might be covered up. We bring the banner up. We'll look at that in a second. But when I find the right wording, it'll say something to the effect of if the handball is followed immediately by a goal or a goal scoring opportunity or whatever it is. The Italians just recycle it. Where's the right bit? Where am I looking? There we go. After the ball has touched the teammates, even if accidental, immediately scores in the opponent's goal. So it's the right call. I don't like the rule, though, because there's three of them jumping together. It's the head, hits the back, hits the arm, drops down, volleys it in. Hey, you let me know what you think. By the laws, they have to disallow it, don't they? But It's not the official's fault. It's the wording of the law. As I've said many, many times this season. Handball, no goal. He knew. I'll calm down again now. Italy 0, Switzerland 0. The Italians having one chalked off rightly by the letter of the law, however soul-destroying those type of decisions are. Cheers, everybody. The ball is back with Sonner, the Mönchengladbach goalkeeper. Oh, that's helped forward now. Here is Shaqiri and Mbabu's well forward, the right wing back. Shaqiri tries to find him. It's a poor cross by Shaqiri. Look at the speed of Mbolo, who's going to keep that in. Mbolo knocks that one back to Friller. Xhaka clips it in. Easy gathered for Donnarumma. Yes, a Peroni red label. This is the tipple for the tournament. Chiellini is going to go off. He's just gone like that and kicked the ball out of play. We're watching the VAR output again. And Granit Xhaka is talking about an elbow. But we were told it was handball. I suppose from the Swiss point of view, they don't care. Now, what's wrong with Giorgio Chiellini? Because he's going off. Acerbi is going to come on. Chiellini, I guess, knows his body at 36. And Acerbi is on at centre-half to play with Bonucci. Eventful 24 minutes for Giorgio Chiellini. Acerbi wearing number 15. Centre half for Lazio, 33 years old. Whatever I wear, whatever I drink, whatever's in the room is some kind of bias, isn't it? Hey, dearie me. It's not that well thought out, David, I promise. No law relating to handball is ideal at the moment. No. No, it's not, is it? It's very, very difficult because what we're trying to gain with a not deliberate handball, or what we're trying to gauge, is how much of an advantage is gotten from the handball. And that's a very inexact science, isn't it? And, you know, if we could have a lovely meter for it, and if it was over 50% advantage was gained from the handball, it was disallowed. And if not, it stands. But, oh, and the Italians have taken the lead now. It's a beautiful run down the right-hand side. It was Locatelli arriving with the right foot inside the 6-yard box. And having had one scrubbed off, the Italians through Locatelli are celebrating. Italy 1, Switzerland 0. That one's not getting disallowed. It's a great run down the right-hand side. Was it Di Lorenzo or was it Berardi? I must admit, I was thinking about handball. But Locatelli has got the goal. And the Italians lead. If that ball was deliberate, that switch of play on the volley, there's a brilliant pass in the build-up. And down the right-hand side, I think it was Barella, wasn't it? Pass. Oh, no, it was Berardi, who's having a good tournament as well. Locatelli arriving, and the Italians lead 1-0. Let me know your thoughts on that one. 1-0. Great goal. Unbelievable. Brilliant calcio. Italy 1, Switzerland 0. Locatelli is the goal scorer. And Brady, who had assists in the previous game, does it again. Great assist, that one. Anyone tell me, who played that volleyed left foot pass to switch it out to Brady in the first place? The great ball. Unless he didn't just woof it over. Long ranger from miles out over the top for the Swiss. One thing I love about international tournaments, the subs benches are great. They just get up for every goal, don't they? You'd be disappointed if you were the Swiss there because he runs the ball and you think, stop the cross, stop the cross, stop the cross. But it's good wing play, isn't it? He got on his bike, he got moving, cuts the ball back low, and a great third man run from centre midfield by Manuel Locatelli of Sassuolo. Jorginho plays at home. Was it Locatelli? Wow. In that case, that's just become a really brilliant goal then. I love that. The longest 1-2. I know it wasn't a 1-2 because Brady had about 20 touches, but brilliant stuff. Made the pass and then scored it. Well played, Locatelli. Shaqiri, Italians swarming about him in midfield. Here's Mbabu. Mbabu, good feet, inside, outside. He's trying to do a Spinazzola on Spinazzola there. Shaqiri, poor ball by Shaqiri, horrible pass. Can the Italians counter now? Barella. Oh, and Berardi had made a great run there if it was clipped over the top for him. The play was switched instead. And it's back now with Jorginho in central midfield. Locatelli. Insigne. The Italians are at it again, aren't they? Look good very much in the second half of the last game. And very sort of vibrant, especially those players up the front with Locatelli joining Barella. Berardi kind of hugs the touchline and maybe Insigne tucks inside a little bit. And Spinazzola gives a bit of extra width as Insigne comes in. They've looked good, haven't they? And are worthy of their lead, I would suggest. Italy plays some great football. They've improved their style of play. I wish Ipswich would fight for the ball like Italy. Definitely up for it, aren't they? Shaqiri. Mbabu. Frilla. Xhaka. 30 minutes gone. Italy 1. Switzerland 0. Xhaka. Rodriguez. Seferovic. Moving the ball around, but this is the other part of the Italians game. They're buzzing about and closing down and pressing and hunting in packs and defending together. Been a good performance by the Italians. How many games do Italy play in Rome if they win the group? I don't know. Is it a nice path like England? Well, stadium-wise, maybe not opponent-wise for England. Bonucci. Knocked inside by Berardi. Given away this time. Mbabu. Shaqiri. Elvedi, Shah, Akanji. Italy are playing in shape though, and for all I'm Watching passes go across the back four. The Italians looking very lively and very sprightly, particularly in their defensive work. Xhaka. Akanji. Xhaka. Swiss completing plenty of passes, but they've created nothing. I think literally nothing. A one shot. No shots on target, though. (32-16) on the clock. Italy 1. Switzerland 0. Insigne. Stopped by Elvedi, and Barbie tries to play it up the line. Locatelli throws himself into another tackle. And out it goes for a Swiss throw-in. Loving this tournament already. It's been a good one, hasn't it? So far. We just need that classic knockout game. Insigne forward to Immobile. Immobile into the box, tries to beat his man. Keeper comes to get it. It's gone loose. Insigne tries to chip it and curl it and curve it into the back post. Headed away by Akanji. Quite close on a possible penalty call there. Sommer on Immobile. Immobile showed good pace to get there. Spinazzola. Inside, excuse me. It's been a long day. To Ashby. And it's back with Bonucci. Remember his partner, Chiellini, off, injured. Having had a goal disallowed from VAR as well. Akanji. Nice ball by Xhaka. Through to Seferovic. Here's Mbolo. Shaqiri's ahead of him. Just telegraphed there. Well cut out by Spinazzola, covering back from left back. Oh, Locatelli's the youngest player to score at Euro 2020 so far. Let's hope Jude Bellingham scores a goal because no one's beating him. Here comes Insigne. Berardi's well offside, isn't he? He went too early. Sorry, it was Immobile. Not the easiest numbers to read on the back. Confusing 11 and 17 quite a bit. How many Inter players in the lineup? Only Barella. Only the one, Robin. Hope teams to continue to be attack-minded in the knockout rounds. That'd be a fine thing, wouldn't it? Here's Xhaka, who's actually played fairly well in this game, hasn't he? Defensive midfield, but Italy have kind of swarmed that area of the pitch. Now, overload Shaqiri, and Rodriguez is open. Rodriguez comes into the box. Rodriguez crosses low. Maybe it needed a dink there because Bonucci read it and put it out. He had Mbolo in a really nice position. Seferovic is in there, and Mbolo is completely free at the back stick as well. He went for the low cross in. Corner to the Swiss. Left-footed, Rodriguez, outswinger. Elfedi's going to try and win it back now. Here comes the counter. It's about 4 against 5 coming back for the Swiss. Good carry by Barella. And the shot is cannoned away, blocked at source. But one back. And turned over again, straight back to the Swiss. And Xherdan Shaqiri. Thank you, everybody, for joining us in the stream. Please hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. Xhaka, excuse me. Xhaka gets it back. Xhaka gets it backer. Sorry. Don't know why I did that. Insigne. That's a great ball to Spinazzola. Spinazzola running into the box. He's not being closed down. Spinazzola, can he get the shot away? Clever effort by Spinazzola. He tried to disguise the toe poke shot with the right foot. I like the cut of his jib, though, there. Great ball by Insigne to get him through. It would have been a really clever goal if he could have just forced it through. Great disguise on it because Shah, for all the world, thought that Spinazzola was going on the left foot there. You can bet your bottom dollar. This is good for Wales. Very much is, isn't it? Knocked forward to Shaqiri, who was offside over on that right-hand side. Frustrating day for him so far. Playing in the number 10 position for Switzerland. Bonucci. It's back with Donnarumma. Acerbi knocks it forward fairly aimlessly. And Granit Xhaka wins it back. And Elvedi goes all the way home. I think Mancini's happy with the team shape. He's constantly tweaking it from the technical area. Roberto Mancini. Rodriguez, left wing back for Swiss. Xhaka, Fröller. Seferovic, Rodriguez. 1v1 with Di Lorenzo. Comes in on the right foot. Feeds it back into Fröller, who is beautifully closed down. And yet again, the Italians wing it back. I'm loving the energy of the Italians tonight. Insigne carries it. Spinazzola tries to beat Mbabu. This is really good from Italy. Really, really good. Again, Switzerland moving the ball around quite nicely. And they swarm over them in midfield. And then it quickly goes into Insigne and he carries it. And Spinazzola is up the pitch the entire game. Berardi's got balance the other side. Barella joins in. Jorginho keeps it ticking over. I like the look of this Italy team, honestly. They look good fun. Corner to the Italians. Insigne's going to take it right-footed. He's just going to re-spot it. In it comes, easy for Sommer, who chooses to punch. Gets loads of distance on it, to be fair to him. It's switched back out right. Here's Locatelli. Clipped back in. And knocked out of play by Fröller for another corner to the very impressive Italians, I'd have to say. If you like your XG stats, 1.88 to 0.02 is your current expected goals in the Italians' favour. Shows the dominance in terms of chances created. In comes the corner, left-footed, headed away by Akanji. Italy win it back. Spinazzola. Just trying to get back into shape now. Centre-backs drop back in. And Italy play from a more familiar base now. Jorginho, Locatelli, Jorginho, Insigne. Oh, it's a beautiful ball through by Insigne. Immobile does the right thing. Unfortunately, it was Locatelli up with him who either didn't have the instinct or the legs to make the run into the 6-yard box. I really like Insigne. Has some lovely ideas with his passing, doesn't he? Clips that one over. It's a great ball by Insigne. If he could have had a touch there, Immobile probably could have picked out Locatelli, but the ball just moving a little bit too quickly for him. Akanji. Julian, do you think Italy will rest players for the next stage? You would imagine they would if they go to 6 points, which would be against the Welsh as well, wouldn't it? Long kick forward. Donnarumma comes out to the edge of the box and heads it away. Goes into the left back area. Donnarumma's got it back. And Babu, good press from the right wing back for Switzerland. Ends up just knocking it out. Throw in. And the Swiss are back on the ball. Shah to Akanji. Shah again. Big booming switch of play. Can Rodriguez control? Can he hell? Chests it down and a heavy touch. And Di Lorenzo just gets his body in the way. Rodriguez tries to get around him, but knocks it out for a goal kick to the Italians. 43-15 on the clock. Goal kick to the Italians, which Donnarumma will be taking. Out it goes long. Jorginho is fouled, I think, by Seferovic, who was back in the midfield. Says a lot. He should be up top. Throw in to Switzerland. Xhaka has gone all the way back into Shah. Elvedi to Mbabu. There's one in the channel for Mbolo to chase, who picks up the ball. There's a clear foul. Acerbi seems to have a huge handful of Mbolo's shirt there. Without stereotyping, a very Italian bit of defender. To be fair, they've both got hold of each other's shirt. So Mbolo ran it out of play. So I say goal kick. One of them can't be fouling the other if they're doing exactly the same thing. .45 on the clock. We have 2 minutes of stoppage time. Remember, we had a VA. Elvedi and Babu. And Bolo tries to help it on. Here's Shaqiri in the centre circle. Back to Xhaka. Xhaka to Shaqiri again. Shah. Ooh, now here's a turnover for the Italians. 3v3. Insigne inside left position. Immobile and Berardi forward. Insigne into the box. That's poor. Tries to disguise the pass and play it with the outside of the foot. Completely mishits it. Had a couple of good counter-attack positions, Italy, that haven't managed to capitalise from. We've played 1 minute, 8 seconds of a minimum 2 minute stoppage time. And here comes Mbabu on transition, powering forward the Swiss right wing back of Wolfsburg. That's clever from Di Lorenzo. He goes 50-50 with Seferovic and he just steps over the ball. And it rolls under his foot and out for a corner. Clever dummy by Di Lorenzo. Brave in his own box. And we've got about 15, 20 seconds of minimum stoppage time remaining. I don't see any reason why we go over, so expect the whistle in about 6 seconds. Here's Bonucci. And there is the whistle. Half-time, Italy 1, Switzerland 0. Italy too good for the Swiss, in my view. Chiellini had one disallowed, VAR, handball leading to a goal. Chiellini himself went off injured, and then not long after, great run down the right-hand side by Berardi, crosses low. Locatelli, who'd switched it out to him in the first instance, puts it home. Good performance by Italy. Insigne, nice and busy. Spinazzola forward again, outside of him. And I think they're very good value for it. Italy 1, Switzerland 0. Let's have a look at the numbers, which I shall suspect backs up our view that the Italians are well on top. Look at that XG, 1.88 expected goals for Italy, 0.02. 52-48 on the possession shows you the counter-attack aspect of Italy's game, doesn't it? They're not going to sit there and dominate possession, but they will press, they will win it back, and then they will move quickly, especially down that left, when one of my favourite in the tournament so far, partnerships, is Insigne coming inside and Spinazzola going outside of him. They get a big overload down that side every time that happens. 3 corners to 1s to the Italians. 3 big chances to 0. It's a good performance by Italy. Let me know what you think. Italy getting better. Love watching Italy. They play great football. I like the mix of passion, intensity, and skill. Do you know what I mean? It's great, isn't it? Really, really good. Agreed. Italy are excellent, and the Swiss are poor. Too easy for Italy. Not got out of first gear yet. They look decent, don't they? Right, you lot. I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. I'm just going to take a quick comfort break. Do not go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, guys. I mean, you can, but make sure you come back, because the stream will be returning in a couple of minutes. If you haven't already, and you're not going anywhere, hit subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications on the Benjamin Bloom channel. Like this stream. Keep your comments coming. And if you want, you can give it a share. And what better place to go and share than over on Twitter, where you can find me at Benjamin Bloom. Lots of stuff goes down that feed. And if you ever need to contact me, the DMs are open. Forgive me, it might take a couple of days to get through all of them. At Benjamin Bloom on Twitter. You can also support us over at our Teespring store, www.benjaminbloommerch.store. Don't forget the 2 M's in a row. You can buy yourself a t-shirt, a mug, phone case, hoodies, all sorts of good stuff over there. Great way to represent our community over here. If you do get something, make sure you send me a picture over on Twitter, in fact, and I will get that retweeted. You can also support over on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. A direct way to support my work here monthly. Get yourself a little bit of extra content each month. And thank you to everybody on Patreon. We really could not have got through what has been happening in the world without you. Before we return, get those comments filled up. Questions, topics, etc. And enjoy the rest of the stream. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with me. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and all of that good stuff. Get your questions in. Get your comments in on the first half. Get your predictions in for the second half. My view is that the Italians have played very well, and you can only really see one winner in this game unless we get a big change in the game state in the second half. I'm not seeing it just yet, I have to say. Quick couple of plugs before we get going. We got the subscriber message on there. We are at 17,332. So thank you. A handful more. Please hit subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Help us grow the channel and the great community we've got here in the chat. You can also join me over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Support the channel on a monthly basis over there. Get yourself some extra content. Some similar people who are on the stream. I'm sure it overlaps quite nicely, actually. You can also support via Super Chat and Super Stickers. Just hit the dollar button. It's all about money. It's all about your opinions and getting a good debate going here. So you can do that for absolutely naffle in the comments. Keep the debate moving. Keep your comments coming. We have a great bunch of commenters here. We respect other people's. We agree. We disagree. We keep it cool. And we enjoy talking some football here on the channel. What are we saying here? Talking about shirt numbers earlier. The numbers used by the EFL were a struggle. The Italian ones. I'm struggling with 17 Locatelli, 17 Immobile and 11 Berardi, I have to say. Helen, great performance from Italy, but their players look exhausted when they left the pitch. Still going for a 1-1 surprise. They did put a lot in the first half, didn't they? But look, use emotion if you're of Italian persuasion. That's a strength. Use it and control it. And yeah, wet with passion, dearie me. Yeah, we were going to talk about that, weren't we? Okay, let me consider my thoughts. And we'll have a think about this. So, Scott Parker, the Fulham manager, is apparently not only unhappy at Fulham and not particularly happy with the ownership there, but pretty much a shoo-in to go to Bournemouth, so we're hearing. It's been rumbling for a while with Parker at Fulham, hasn't it? And if you listen to the interviews just after Fulham were confirmed as being relegated, there was a blindingly obvious read between the lines kind of look in terms of what Parker was saying. And in fact, I remember him sort of saying directly when we did the Fulham relegation analysis over on the channel, I remember him saying, oh, and it'll be a new team again next year, and that brings its new challenges, etc., etc. As if he was saying, I don't like the way this club recruits. And it gives me headaches and I have to solve them rather than build the team. So Parker not happy. And I've heard different takes on this because Parker obviously got the job full time in the Championship. And I have to say, for that entire 19-20 season, I had people they kept asking and say, oh, Ben, I don't think Parker's up to it. It's no good. What do you think? What do you think? And I would just repeatedly say, it's a parachute team, a year one parachute team in the Championship. You judge in a very binary way. If they get promoted, they've done a good job. If they don't, they've not done a good job. That's my take on where we are with the sort of financial balance in the Championship. So I kept my powder dry the whole season. And yes, Fulham under Parker in the Championship was sometimes a little bit slow, a little bit ponderous, and then Mitrovic would bail them out. And they would click every now and then when someone played low block and let them play. But in the main, teams figured them out, didn't they, and pressed them up high and either let them play the ball around the back very slowly or pressed in and tried to take it off them high up the pitch. So it was all a little bit, I'm not sure the whole time. And having Mitrovic and winning the playoffs and up he goes. And then, not great in the Premier League for Fulham and obviously relegated. So it's quite difficult to make a sound value judgment on how good Parker is, isn't it? I find it all a little bit confusing, actually. And if you make a direct comparison to Jonathan Woodgate, who, when he was at Middlesbrough and didn't have parachute payments, was pretty bad and they were down at the bottom of the league. But when he was at Bournemouth last season and did have a newly relegated team and a club with the parachute payments, he did fine. And did he do any worse than Scott Parker? Well, yeah, because he didn't get them promoted, but he wasn't there the full season like Parker was. And Parker won in the playoff final and Woodgate lost in the playoff semi-final second leg. So essentially Parker won 2 more games than Woodgate did for promotion. I know that's kind of oversimplifying possibly. So it's a very, very interesting one. And Bournemouth are a year 2 parachute team now. And we do worry about Bournemouth and the financial side and how up against the wall they are really financially, because we knew when they came down, Bournemouth, that there was back pay and whatnot, and they immediately then sold Wilson and Ake and Ramsdale. And I remember chit-chatting to Norwich fans and Watford fans, and particularly the Norwich example would have been Ake, Wilson and Ramsdale is the equivalent of Norwich selling Buendia, Aarons and Pookie. Do you know what I mean? In terms of value to the team, it's the spine of the team, the quality of the team, really. So I think Bournemouth will still have to sell again this summer, won't they? And there's obviously Dan Juma and Billing and Brooks, some young players like Lloyd Kelly as well there, Lerma, plenty of saleable assets. And I just wonder whether Scott Parker might have it quite tough. And I'm not entirely sure what the difference between Scott Parker and Jonathan Woodgate is yet. We'll find out if that happens. But the rumours are pretty solid that there seems to be an impasse in terms of getting Parker out. I guess it's contractual. And then it looks like he'll go in at Bournemouth. So that's about the state of play. See if we got any comments on that. Let's have a look here. Chris, why would he be unhappy with ownership? If I was the owner, I would have sacked him, made a meal of getting them up, failed to save them when every chance after wins at the 2 Merseyside clubs. And remember, Chris, as well, the game against Aston Villa, they took the lead. They were out of the bottom 3 and just didn't quite have what it takes. I'm not saying you're wrong. You'd have to ask Scott Parker why he's not happy, but he's clearly not. Is he? Any other comments on Parker and Fulham and Bournemouth? I think we are all good there. Dave, I was more impressed with Fulham in the Prem than I was in the Championship. It looked like they got it sorted in the Premier League, Fulham, didn't it? Kind of in the middle of the season, they had a good run. And like Chris said, they had that great win at Liverpool. And when the going got tough and it was the end of the season and they needed to just push on and over and above the point per game number that normally keeps you up, it didn't have what it took. So look, if you're watching after the fact, I'll clip this out and we'll stick it on YouTube separately. Let me know your thoughts on, if indeed it does happen, these strong rumours that Scott Parker will be out of Fulham and into Bournemouth. And that would obviously open up the job at Fulham. And we do have this managerial merry-go-round, we think, involving Steve Cooper, Chris Wilder in the Premier League, Nuno Santo, Eddie Howe somewhere. So, Let me know what you think. That is my thoughts on Scott Parker and Fulham and Bournemouth, indeed. Right. Should we get back into this? We are about to go into the second half of Italy versus Switzerland. It's Italy 1, Switzerland 0. I enjoyed watching the Italians in the first half, I have to say. They're going to make the same play, though, the Swiss, that they did in the first game against the Welsh. And on is going to come number 19, Mario Gavranovic, who did have the ball in the net against the Welsh. VAR said no. Interesting. Seferovic has gone off. And Gavranovic comes on. Number 19, Mario Gavranovic of Dinamo Zagreb. Russian referee, just checking his watch, and we are about ready to go. How do you see the second half panning out? What do you think? More good stuff from the Italians and pushing on for a win, maybe by another goal, or will the Swiss manage to stem the flow, particularly Insigne, Berardi, Spinazzola getting forward, Locatelli helping out and scoring. Long range effort by Xherdan Shaqiri there. Takes a big deflection. Out it goes for a corner. Let me know if you want a time stamp. Still sticking by 3-0 Italy. Says Charlie. Corner for the Austrians. Dear me, the Swiss. And it comes. Elvedi tries to header it goal, which he's kind of facing sideways on. Tries to direct it off to the far post, but doesn't get enough on it. I think the Italian defender is touch tight. Roberto Mancini spends the entire game fixing his team shape, doesn't he? You'd hate to play down that side, especially if you were the fullback. You'd be in front of him all match, wouldn't you? There we go. Italy, Donnarumma playing out from the back. High press from the Swiss, but Italy have played through up until Granit Xhaka comes and takes it off them. Looked a little bit squeaky bum time there, a couple of the passes, but the Italians did not give away the ball in their own penalty box, which 9 times out of 10 results in you conceding a goal. Particularly with a flat-footed goalkeeper, which often happens. Good chat looks like going on in here. Teams underwhelmed. Turkey, yeah, for sure. Italy, Portugal, France, most impressive. Holland and Italy. Least impressive, Turkey, France and Portugal. There you go. Lots of the same names. Coming up, understandable. The Portuguese, though, freeze their game at 82 minutes or whatever, and it's 0-0. However, I'm fully aware of football match last 90 minutes. Embolo trying to get away from Bonucci, just flips it out to Spinazzola in the left-back position near the corner flag. Spinazzola knocks it up the line, but it's swept up by Mbabu. Mbabu tries to cross to the far post, and Di Lorenzo makes the sensible header. That's been a feature of the Swiss game. The 2 wing-backs, Mbabu and Rodriguez, really get far forward, don't they? Nice to see one crossing for the other, essentially, there. By the way, if anyone wants a timestamp, let me know. Embolo, I tell you what they have done, the Italians. They've played Embolo well, haven't they? The Welsh struggled with him, didn't they? Anil, in group second place, is going to be opportunity for every team except for Turkey. Yeah, right. Ragazzo Italiano. There we go. That's that name for tonight. Stiff tackle there. And a yellow card has come out. I think it's for the substitute, Gavranovic, who's only been on the pitch 3 minutes. Berardi's been scouted by many Premier League teams. So he's the sort of player that has always said his main priority is playing week in, week out. Interesting. How old is he, Ragazzo? Yeah, Gavranovic leaves one on Bonucci there. Bonucci's telling me what he thinks of that. Brilliant. The French always seem in control even without possession. That's a great point, Capscow. I would say similar for the Italians tonight. They don't need, both of those sides don't need 55, 65% possession, do they, in a game? The Italians move the ball quickly into Insigne. They use energy and get forward. Berardi as well. Same with the French. Griezmann floating around. Mbappe, the force of nature. Pogba supporting. Kante breaking it up. Would be a fascinating game between France and Italy, wouldn't it? Because you'd have them both sitting, cat and mouse, counter, counter, counter. That'd be a real tight one with not much space, I would have thought. Interesting. Oh, it looks like Iain's got a big birthday this season. He wants Wednesday at home. You're going to get Ipswich away. Ooh. Some pretty industrial-looking tackles in this half. Shah is down. If he'd mistimed that a little bit more, he was in trouble, I have to say. And it's going to be a restart to the Swiss. Welcome along, bits. We'll give you time sync for 51. Okay, we're about 30 seconds away, and Babu tries to knock the huge diagonal ball. Excuse me, back across the box. Oh, here's a big overload for the Italians. Berardi down the right. Berardi into the box. Berardi tries to play it first time. I think it's Barella, actually, who's made the run. Not even Immobile there. But here they come again. Di Lorenzo, Barella. Barella inside. Locatelli! And he's got his second. It's a lovely goal by Locatelli. They recycled the attack, kept the ball moving. He finds himself in space on the edge of the box. Locatelli, left-footed. Takes aim, fire straight into the bottom corner with the left foot. 2 goals for Manuel Locatelli, and the central midfielder wearing number 5 is right up there for the golden boot now. You love to see it. What a great finish. Italy 2, Switzerland 0. Thoughts in the comments. Let's have a look at the replay of the goal. You thought they wasted their chance, didn't you, initially? And Locatelli drills that. Yeah, keeper's got no chance, has he? Drills it low into the box. You often wonder, professional football player, edge of the box, 20 yards with space, sound technique, hard and low into the corner. If the space is there, it seems an open goal, let alone a 20-yarder. But great stuff. Well played, Italy. Great strike, wonderful goal. Oh, don't show me that. The poor little Swiss girl with her face painted. Why are you putting that on the screen? You're going to break my heart. No good. Locatelli, man of the match. 2 goals will help you on your way. Wales have qualified. That's a good point, Iain. We'll go to the live league table in just a second. There goes my 1-1. 2-2. Italians love a celebration. Scorzio. Right, let's do Bits' time sync. We're going to be at 53 very, very soon. I will count you down to 53 minutes. 3, 2, 1, sync. Right, let's bring up the live league table because I know you love it when I go to the live league table. And the point Iain was just making is that pretty much qualifies the Welsh. It's Wales v Italy. Oh, here come the Italians again. Oh, there's a man over there with Berardi as Barella tries to grab hold of the ball. Let's just quickly analyse the table again. So Italy are through basically now. Switzerland can't catch them. Turkey can't catch them. Italy are through if things stay the same. And the Welsh, we're looking at as it stands, there's a 4-goal swing required. So that would mean Switzerland winning by 2 and Wales losing by 2. So it's looking very, very good for the Welsh. Remember, that would also only drop them to 3rd place, and they could still qualify in 3rd. Wales, Italy will be an interesting match. Marco Tardelli, I can't do it. I'll pop a blood vessel. The goal was a great time sink. There you go, bits. Michael, fair play, said 5-0, didn't he? Swiss can beat Turkey. Right, what does Bits need? Another yellow card for the Swiss and 2 corners for the Italians. A yellow card for the Swiss and 2 corners for the Italians. I'm going to write it down. See if we can get Bits' bet to pay out today. 2-0, Italy. Italy look certain now with 35 minutes to play to be the first team to qualify for the knockout stages. They'll be going on to 6 points, and also in their group, there's going to be a team on 0 and a team on 1 who cannot catch the Italians, guaranteeing them a top 2 spot. Here comes the excellent Spinazzola down the left-hand side. I don't know what that means, but I love it. Let's put that one up. Forza Italia. Can you tell us what that means, Juventus Amore Eternally? I love Juventus forever. Forza Italia, Salmo Agli Ottavi. I hope I haven't just sworn in Italian. Beautiful stuff. And well played, Italy. And well played, Locatelli, Locatelli's on a hat-trick here. If you can get a header, perfect hat-trick as well. 1 right, 1 left so far. Here is Berardi over on the right. Berardi knocks it into Barella. Di Lorenzo. Bonucci. Long ball by Bonucci. Headed away by Akanji. And Rodriguez back to Akanji. There we go. Welcome one, welcome all. Saluti dall'Italia. I can't speak Italian, I'm rubbish. I can watch the Italians play football all day because they're great fun in this tournament so far, aren't they? Brilliant. High intensity, lots of imagination, lots of passion as well. Doesn't look like their pattern of play was worked out on a spreadsheet. Comes from there, doesn't it? Brilliant stuff. Double substitution for the Swiss. Vidmar and Zuba are coming on. Fabian Schär, the Newcastle centre-half, is coming off for Steven Zuber, number 14. And Mbabu, the wing-back from Wolfsburg, who I thought was quite a good player, has come off for Sylvain Vidmar. Mbabu of Wolfsburg, I'm sure we'll have some admirers in the Premier League. Looked like a player to me. Right, let's figure out where those two have gone when we get the wide shot from ITV. Looks like Zuber is down the left. Has Rodriguez tucked inside? We'll find out. We're not going to find out for a minute, though, because they've got to defend a set play first. Insigne says the Wolves too close. Lovely player, Insigne. He holds up the right arm. And the free kick is going to come in. Insigne curves it in. Cleared away. And Barella lands on the ball. And Spinazzola knocks it home to Donnarumma, who clears for the Italians. Insigne, floaty switch of play. Horrible ball by Insigne, but he's got away with it. It does look like Vidmer, number 3, is going to play right wing back. So that was a like-for-like swap. It does look like number 14, Zuba, has dropped into midfield. So perhaps Vidmer's not playing wing back. Perhaps we've got a back 4 now for the Swiss. Let's have a look. Akanji wins it back. Here is Embolo, Shaqiri, Rodriguez, Xhaka, Rodriguez. Rodriguez is fouled by Brady. As we're coming up to the hour mark, 59:21 on the clock. Keep your comments coming. And make sure you hit like. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. I know the majority is on YouTube, but hit like wherever you are. Draw more people to the stream. And make sure you hit the subscribe button. Did we go up anymore? Let's find out. No, but I'm still overjoyed to tell you we have 17,332 subscribers here on the channel. Isn't that just lovely, hey? So I think Rodriguez has gone to play left centre back. And Zuba is playing left wing back. Okay. So Vidmer is playing right wing back. Right, okay. I've just made sense of the Swiss shape. So they haven't changed shape, just personnel. Shaqiri, nice dribble, drives it over the bar. The Italians will be familiar with Shaqiri, who played for Inter, didn't he? And Bayern, he's had some big clubs, Shaqiri, hasn't he? And Stoke City. You love to see it. A sub count never changed when watched. What's that? What's the actual phrase? A stop clock? No, not a stop clock. Anyway, a boiling pot or something. I don't know. Here's a great run by Jorginho. It's broken in the box. Berardi rather, out to Barella. Barella knocks it inside. Where's Locatelli? Here's Jorginho. There's Locatelli. Knocks it out to Insigne. The momentum lost a little bit. Italy are going to have to restart. And here is Bonucci. Thank you. A watched pot never boils. A kettle never boils. A watched kettle never boils. Thank you. Thought we'd get round to it in the end. Here is Di Lorenzo into Barella. Berardi gives it away up the top. Akanji, foul on Thriller. And Jorginho gives it the old I took the ball. Sorry, Locatelli. He didn't. Throw in to Di Lorenzo. Lots of Italian popping up in the chat now. You're not using Google Translate, are you? That's cheating. Not that I have any idea what's been written there. Tomorrow, we're getting the plugs on ITV, so I'll do mine if that's how the pros do it. We got Denmark-Belgium at 5. Join me for that. I'll be here at 4:45, obviously. And then we've got Netherlands v Austria. Will either of those teams, Netherlands or Belgium, be joining the Italians, we think, who are going to qualify, unless we get a big Swiss turnaround. An Apple turnover, a Swiss turnaround, a Swiss roll. Stop it. Shaqiri. Shaqiri tries to force it through, and force it is the right way. Right word, rather. Get the microphone right across there. Is that in the way? Here is Embolo. Oh, it's helped on Zuba. Good save. He cuts it back. Oh, and they can't force it in. Oh, best chance of the game for the Swiss there. Zuba, the substitute, was in. Shot blocked out, and then the rebound wouldn't fall favourably for the Italians. Xhaka. Shaqiri tries to feed it through for Gavranovic. Nothing doing. Donnarumma picks it up, gives it a little wink to his teammates. There was Zuba's chance. Couldn't find the far corner with the right foot. She needed to shape it in. It's good goalkeeping by Donnarumma, isn't it? Although Serbi does get a lucky bounce there. Bounces up and hits him. Seen them dropping over the line, haven't we, before? Now, here comes Berardi. Berardi into the box. On the left foot, drills it over the top. It's really opening up this one, isn't it? Oh, that's not missed by much. I thought the first look, he'd slashed at that. We're seeing the excellent goalkeeping by Donnarumma here. 65 minutes. At least Donnarumma's had something to do. He did it very well as well, didn't he? We need corners. Corner! Donnarumma has got the ball again. Di Lorenzo at right back. Di Lorenzo up the line. Bonucci, don't know what he was doing there. He plays it into Immobile, who's offside, and knew he was offside. Fröller for Switzerland into the centre circle. Italy, France would be interested. Really would, wouldn't it? I don't think the Italians and the French would like each other as opponents. I think they'd both like a possession-based team. I think I could pick them off, both of them, couldn't they? Whereas each other might be a little bit like looking in the mirror somewhat. Just wonder if the extra French quality... Although, stick the game in Rome. That'll rule that out, won't it? Insigne. Bonucci. Di Lorenzo. Clipped inside. Little clip over the top by Insigne. Nothing doing there. Inside to Granit Xhaka. The Italians the best at passing it around in the tournament so far. Zuba's trying to get in down the left. Di Lorenzo comes away with it. I keep wanting to say Di Livio. Do you remember Di Livio, the little soldier? The Juventus right back for years and years and years. It's in my head now, and it's not disappearing. 67:45 on the clock. Swiss have already made moves in this game. 3 substitutions, and the Italians possibly still the more likely. We're going to get another sub for the Italians as well. Giacomo Raspadori is going to come on. Inside it goes to Fröller. It's a very long day. Every day's a blooming long day in the Euros, isn't it, eh? Oh, sorry, we're going to get double substitution. Is that Chiesa as well? So Chiesa and Raspadori are going to come on. There's referee Michael Oliver. I recognise him. Insigne comes off. I'm a big fan of his. My type of player. Gets you out of your seat, doesn't he? Well, not if you're doing a stream, because then my head would be out of the shot, wouldn't it? But so Federico Chiesa comes on. Raspadori is going to come on for Berardi as well. Oh, sorry. Rafael Toloi is going to come on. My bad. Can't read the numbers I've got in front of me. So, Roberto Mancini has rested really two of the key players, hasn't he? Those inside forwards for Italy, very key in the first two games. And they're going to sit out the last 20 minutes of this one. Fröller. Because this is Fröller. Fröller now. Plays it up the line. Here's Akanji, Rodriguez, Xhaka, Rodriguez, and Bolo. Offside flag is up. Gavranovic, who's had a pretty hard time since he's come on, hasn't he? Two of them offside, to be fair. Good call, linesman. Oh, goodness me. Here is Donnarumma. Knocks it long. And hoofed forward by Spinazzola. Immobile chase. I wonder if Immobile has an agreement with Mancini, a golden boot related agreement that he stays on. I'm sure he doesn't. Oh, Di Lorenzo into the box. They lost him there. Rodriguez, who's normally a left wing back, just struggling a bit at left centre back there for a second. And that one goes long. Zuba is onside. Well positioned again. Zuba knocks it across to Shaqiri. Shaqiri helps it on. It's knocked back to Shaqiri. Brilliant feet by Shaqiri. Great block. And the offside flag is up. Good defending by the Italians there. Shaqiri maybe took a touch too many, but the football was quite pleasing on the eye. And after all that, I think the offside flag is up for the very first part of the phase. And you love to see that. And I'm sorry, that's one in the eye for all of the people. Whenever we get someone dive in like that in the box and it hits their hands and someone's crying, normally who supports the team who's at the penalty, saying, what's he supposed to do with his arms? That's what he's supposed to do. Why have I just seen two Italians dive in with their arms behind their back? They're into the box here. Immobile. Immobile puts it wide. Try to shape it in the far corner. Do you take my point, though? Two Italians dive in, hands behind their back. Very sleepy defending there by Elvedi. Loses Immobile. Good chance for the striker to get his second of the tournament. Tournament. Xhaka. Zuba. Rodriguez. Rodriguez again. Throw in to the Swiss. Gavranovic. Rodriguez. Dreadful pass. And Spinazzola is charging down the left as he likes to. Vidma manages to get in the way. Yes, I did hear. So Sergio Ramos has left Real Madrid. Where's he going? Is he going to Manchester City, is he? Where's he going? How old is Ramos? Seems to have been around for about 100 years. Barella is penalised. I think it's a free kick to the Swiss. Just nudge in the back on Rodriguez. I may or may not have been referencing that decision, Kimbler. There's been a few, hasn't it? And I think it's a terrible argument, I have to say. A, don't throw yourself in. And B, I've just seen evidence you can throw yourself in without holding your hands up over your head. What was the analogy I said? I'll tell you in a minute because the Italians are on the break. Immobile is in again. Immobile has missed it. He has not got his shooting boots on at all. I think he's going to get the hook soon, isn't he? Great break in the first instance by Chiesa. Poor from Immobile, and he's missed 2 chances now. Vargas in for Shaqiri. Yeah, what was my argument about? So if you throw yourself into a tackle in the box and throw your hands up and get done for handball, I liken that to complaining that you stubbed your toe whilst you're burgling someone's house and they left something in the middle of the floor. Well, you stubbed your toe, but you shouldn't have been there in the first place. Don't go and burgle the house and you wouldn't have stubbed your toe, would you? Silly analogy, but you know what I mean. I backed Immobile for top scorer, losing faith. But you got to have faith, the faith, the faith. I got to have faith. Should be about 5-0. Yeah, it does look like they can pick them off at will now for the last 15 minutes. If you're Immobile, you should be filling your boots here, shouldn't you? Drifted in and easily picked out by Jorginho. Can they counter them again? Here's Di Lorenzo. He and Barella just couldn't quite sort themselves out. Jorginho to 2-goal. Locatelli into the front. Is flipped over and headed away by Elvedi. Tolo chasing down, but it's back with Summer, who clears to halfway. And here is a Vargas. Why do I recognise that name? Here come the Swiss actually down the right with Vidmar. I think that is Vargas on the ball now inside Gavranovic, and they've crowded him out again. Some good Italian defending in this game. Here comes the advantage, and here come the Italians again. Chiesa, that's poor. Immobile's done, isn't he? Just not quite there. Barella is down, and he's either in a lot of pain or he's trying to signal that he's in a lot of pain, and he actually isn't. Ruben Vargas, FC Augsburg. Immobile has not been clinical today. In fact, according to the XG, the Italians have not been clinical today because they have... they have. I'll give you that. 2.75 on the XG, 2 goals. Fine. 12 shots, 2 on target. 5 big chances, though. Talking about clinical. Yellow for... Was it Mbolo? Oh, yeah, a little kick at him. Kick in the shins. Is that your yellow card, Bits? So you need 2 Italy corners in the last 10 minutes. Well, don't do a rain dance. Do a corner dance. Donnarumma is hugging Immobile, not entirely sure why. I think Immobile did just get booked. Petkovic is having a word with Granit Xhaka, the captain. Does feel like a bit of a sinking ship now, especially after the Welsh one earlier today. The Italians are 11 minutes from qualification. Let's go to the live league table where you will see exactly what I'm talking about. As things stand, when we get to final day, neither the Swiss nor the Turks will be able to catch the Italians. Ergo, they will be finishing either first or second. Ergo, they will have qualified. First in Group A plays second in Group C, and second in Group A plays second in Group B. Not much prize for finishing first, is there? But there you go. Immobile tries to help it on. Karate kick there by Barella. Berardi goes down. Lovely little breakdancing move by Mancini to appeal that decision. Go Italy. Well, they're doing fine, aren't they? Welcome, Annie. Jorginho half wins it back. It's gone loose. Bonucci hoofs it down the ground. And Akanji wins the header. 80-20 on the clock. The Italians, 9.5 minutes plus stoppage time from qualifying for the knockouts, being the first team to do it. Although, to be fair, they're only the third team to have played 2 games. The fourth, in fact. Well, they will be in 10 minutes. You know what I mean. Offside flag is up. It's going to be a restart to the Italians, which Donnarumma is going to kick down the ground. I think they're just going to play the percentages here and get the team up the pitch. One back by the Swiss. Vargas coming down the right. Nice little ball inside, actually. Vidma. And Bolo was in full flight there, hoping to just get it slipped through, but nothing doing. The Italians have got it on the left. It's fed in for Chiesa. Akanji has conceded the throw-in. And some very glum-looking Swiss fans. Although he did smile when he saw he was on the big screen. Give me a throw-in. Spinazzola, the excellent left-back, is going to take it. Well, you're still here, guys. And we've still got a few minutes left. Please hit like. Hit the thumbs up button, whichever platform you're watching on. It'll take a second, but it really helps drive people to our stream. That's exactly what it says down there. I read it word for word. Full stop. Hit the like button is what we're saying. Help me out. Frella. Fidma. Frella. In comes the cross from the right. Nice shape on it, actually, but no one had gambled. Gavranovic a little bit far off the play. Was never going to make it up there. There's Vargas who put the cross in from the right-hand side. I take it Turkey v Switzerland might not be a watch-along. We'll see. There's one in the channel. Oh, Akanji. Immobile's beating him. Immobile. Although he did foul. Akanji. Well, there's 2 games at once, Iain, on Sunday at 5 p.m. So we will do it. I promise we will do it. Although we'll likely keep an eye on the Italians and the Welsh because they've been fun. Sal has come on for Frilla. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 subs made by Petkovic. 6.5 minutes to go. Xhaka, Rodriguez. Locatelli dives in and wins it and dives in again. Be careful, mate. You got 2 goals. You might have a yellow card to add to it. Rodriguez. Xhaka. They've plenty of possession, the Swiss, haven't they? What's my number? Let's have a look. Yeah, 50-50 on the possession. So it hasn't been dominated in that manner. But in terms of chance creation, the Italians have been head and shoulders above, haven't they? So, crosses in, headed away by Di Lorenzo. The Italian defenders holding on to another clean sheet. At the moment, 5 goals for, 0 against. Let's be fair, with the 2 chances that Immobile had, it could have been more. I totally agree with Albanian MMA kid. Chiro should have put 2 away. He made that exact same point as me at the same time. Agree. 100% agree. Who's down? Locatelli, the 2-goal man. There's his first. I could have scored that. I couldn't have made the pass he made before, but I couldn't have scored this one either. Left foot drills it in, spinning away from the keeper as well. Lovely finish. And off goes Locatelli. We'll give him one of those, I think. Well played. And the subs bench are all over. A huge round of applause for Manuel Locatelli, who may well be your man of the match. We'll find out in a minute. I think Mr. Radio Floyd has already put his colours to the mast there. Pessina is coming on for Locatelli, number 12. Matteo Pessina. Who you can find. Guess where? Klaxon, everybody. Atalanta. Locatelli's getting huge congratulations on the bench there. Great to see. A bit of wrestling in the box there by not Enrico Chiesa. Federico Chiesa, isn't it? His dad's Enrico Chiesa. God, he looks like him as well, doesn't he? Oh, did Barella go off as well? Thanks, Annie. I'll write that down. Cristante. Another one of Jose's players, or future players. Cristante on for Barella. Here is Granit Xhaka. Vidma, high up the pitch. Vargas, nice step over. Not a nice ball after that. 87-20 on the clock. Donnarumma clears long. Immobile, good hold up there. Di Lorenzo. Jorginho shields that ball well from Gavranovic, who's on a yellow card, so he didn't want to touch him, did he? I think he's on a yellow card, isn't he? Toloi is clipped in looking for Di Lorenzo. And hit from the edge of the box, and it's 3-0. And Immobile, like earlier on today, and Aaron Ramsey has 2 easy chances, and he doesn't take either of them, but he smashes one in from the outside of the box, and it's too easy for the Italians. They are going to win 3-0 for the second game running. They look mighty impressive over in Rome. Ciro, Immobile joins Romelu Lukaku, Patrick Schiff, Cristiano Ronaldo on 2 goals for the tournament. Impressive stuff by the Italians. Italy 3, Switzerland 0. It's through the keeper's hands, isn't it? Let's have a look from behind the goal. It dips. He's got to save that, hasn't he? Just out of his grasp, but it looked for all the world that Sommer was going to save that. Immobile won't care. The Italian fans won't care. Italy 3, Switzerland 0. Immobile with his second of the tournament. Finally, I can't read that bit. Your profane language. Yeah, should have saved it. There's a crap. DD would be pleased. Proud bits. So Italy, not only 3 points per game, 3 goals per game. And the director is tasked. Find me a glum-looking Switzerland fan. At least it wasn't a young girl this time with her face painted. That was heartbreaking. At least it was a grown man. He can take it. Makes Wales' position even stronger. Need a big swing now, doesn't it? Wales +2 on the goal difference. Switzerland -3. Love the way us normal beings say he should have saved that. Well, we don't judge him by normal being standard. We judge him by international footballers standard, and he should have saved that. Italy had a counter on there. So has brought it away. We are into stoppage time. Right, man of the match, please, guys. Man of the match. 2 goals for Locatelli. Insigne was his vibrant little buzzing best as well. Jorginho keeping things ticking over. Barella. Berardi down the right-hand side. Spinazzola a little bit quieter than he was in the opening game. Di Lorenzo playing well at right back as well. Who's your man of the match today? Let me know in the chat. Granit Xhaka. He's not my man of the match, by the way. He had the ball. Rodriguez. Lots of shouts for Locatelli as man of the match. 2 goals for him. Yeah, okay. We're unanimously behind. Manuel Locatelli is your man of the match in the chat. 2 goals from the box-to-box. Well, not box-to-box midfielder, holding midfielder, really, but he's been playing box-to-box in this game, hasn't he? Embolo, and that has to be the worst shot of the game. As the graphic is flashed up, Ciro Immobile, 2 goals in 2 games. Swept into the corner, that one, through Sommer's hands, I have to say. Swing in, just bounces in the wrong place, doesn't it? And Immobile goes and celebrates with Insigne. 92-28 on the clock. Very impressive stuff from the Italians, who have 6 points, 6 goals, and none conceded. Zuber, who did have a decent chance for Switzerland at 2-0, didn't he? In it comes low, falls to Embolo, and Bolo tries to take on Bonucci. You don't take on Bonucci. Wasn't Bonucci either. I saw him stood behind him with the captain's armband there. Deary me. And there goes the final whistle. Italy 3, Switzerland 0. Italy are the first team to qualify for the knockout phase of Euro 2020. 2 goals from Manuel Locatelli, 1 for Ciro Immobile, his second of the tournament. But, of course, Locatelli's got 2 as well now. Fairly easy for the Italians in the end, who look fairly impressive, one would have to say. Good job by the Italians. They could have had a couple more, but hey, who cares? 6 points, 6 goals, and the knockout phase awaits for the Italians. Italy 3, Switzerland 0. Get your final comments in. Let's just bung up the numbers. Have a little look-see up there. 2.78 was the XG to 0.25. Chance creation is a bit of a squash for the Italians, this one. 49-51, there you go. So they didn't need the ball. They didn't complete the majority of passes in this game, the Italians. So it shows they're a threat and they don't need to build up a ton of possession to create 13 shots and 5 big chances, 3 corners to 2. There is the table. You can see the Italians now have 6 points and therefore the Swiss and the Turks cannot catch them. It's also looking very good for the Welsh now. The Turks cannot catch the Welsh. Only the Swiss can catch the Welsh, but we now need a 5-goal swing. Although Italy are winning all their games by 3 goals at the moment, but that would still require Switzerland to put a few past the Turks in victory, and it would also require 4 points not to be enough for the Welsh, who would, if you gave the Welsh 0-0 now in the last game, they wouldn't even show up, I tell you. They would not. Italy, though, congratulations. Already through. Thank you, Mr. Radio Floyd. Was that true? There must be a win against Liechtenstein or something in there. Anyone with a wall chart, tell me if Italy and France will be in the same half of the draw. It's so hard to tell with the third places, isn't it? Although Italy and France, I think, will be in the first and second places. So first group F, where am I looking? Third ABC. And I can't see the other. Second group F, first D, of course. Could well be England as well. Great stream again, you legend. Thank you. Cheers. What a good question. Gokhan's UK Priv. My next broadcast, well, we'll be doing a pre-record tomorrow morning. We'll review today's action. That is Russia beating Finland. Wales, great performance by the Welsh to beat the Turks. And the Italians beating the Swiss. So that'll be out in the morning. And then tomorrow we'll be live at 5 p.m. or 4:45 for Denmark, Belgium. And then 8 p.m. for Netherlands versus Austria. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Before we finish, just a couple more plugs. Hit subscribe. Ring the bell. We're doing so well at the moment. Sorry to keep reminding you. Oh, we've gone up by one more, 17,333. Please do hit subscribe. Makes the world of difference and helps us fight our way through the many, many channels on YouTube. Right. Thank you very, very much, everybody. It was Italy 3, Switzerland 0. And I will be back with the pre-record review tomorrow and then another 2 watch-alongs. Add it up. That's the end of day 6. We've done 11 games now. We've done already. You love it, though. Let the football continue. And it's going to continue with the Italians who are through to the knockout phase. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Over and out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.